When we first fall in love, it's all about attraction. There's chemistry, excitement, and that rush of newness that makes everything feel perfect. You're captivated by their smile, the way they move, the way they make you feel special. In the beginning, it's easy to believe that love is meant to be like this forever, smooth, effortless, and full of wonder. But here's the truth. Relationships don't last on attraction alone. Attraction is only the spark that ignites the fire, but it's the deeper understanding and appreciation of each other's flaws that keeps the fire burning. No one is perfect. As time passes, you begin to see the sides of your partner that aren't always easy to love. Maybe their habits start to annoy you, or you realize they're not as flawless as you once thought. But this is where true love is tested. Love isn't just about seeing the best in someone. It's about accepting and appreciating their flaws. It's about realizing that flaws don't make someone less worthy of love. They make them human. The real magic of a lasting relationship comes when both partners embrace each other's weaknesses rather than trying to change them. Imagine this: someone who loves you for who you truly are, flaws and all. They don't just admire your strengths, they accept your imperfections, your quirks, and even your mistakes. This kind of love isn't about expecting perfection. It's about learning to love each other through both the good times and the challenges. It's important to note that accepting flaws doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior or unhealthy patterns. There's a big difference between appreciating someone's vulnerabilities and allowing toxic behaviors. True love respects boundaries and encourages growth without judgment. When you start appreciating someone's flaws, you create a deeper bond. You both feel seen, understood, and loved for who you are, not just for what you show the world. This is the foundation of a strong, resilient relationship that can weather any storm. Attraction may bring two people together, but it's acceptance and appreciation that make the relationship survive. Real love doesn't start with perfection. It starts with the choice to love someone despite their flaws and to grow together, hand in hand, through life's ups and downs. Because in the end, it's not about finding the perfect partner. It's about learning to love someone perfectly, flaws and all. At the start of any relationship, there's a spark, a kind of magnetic attraction that pulls two people together. It's easy to get lost in the excitement of new love, where everything seems perfect and the future feels full of possibility. You see the best in each other. You're captivated by the way they smile, the way they speak, and the way their presence lights up your world. You may even think that this is the way love is supposed to be, that if it's meant to last, it should always feel as exhilarating as it does in those first few weeks or months. But here's the truth. Relationships don't survive on attraction alone. Attraction is the beginning, the spark that lights the fire, but it's not the fire itself. The fire that keeps a relationship warm and alive is built on something much deeper, something much more powerful than just looks or chemistry. It's built on acceptance, understanding, and appreciation of the other person's flaws and weaknesses. You see, every person has imperfections. It's easy to overlook those imperfections in the beginning when you're swept up in the excitement of new love. But as time goes on, as you get to know each other on a deeper level, the reality of who you both are starts to emerge. Those things that once seemed endearing might start to become more noticeable, more challenging. And it's in those moments that true love is tested. True love isn't just about adoring someone for their strengths. It's about accepting and appreciating them even when they show their weaknesses. It's about understanding that no one is perfect, that we all have flaws, and yet still choosing to stay. In fact, the longer you are in a relationship, the more you realize that love isn't just about seeing the best in each other. It's about seeing the worst too, and accepting it without judgment. Think about it for a moment. How often do we focus on someone's imperfections, expecting them to change, to be better? But true growth in a relationship happens when both partners choose to embrace each other's flaws, to love each other not in spite of those flaws, but because of them. Flaws aren't a burden to bear. They're part of what makes someone unique, part of their story, part of the beautiful complexity that makes them who they are. Imagine being with someone who not only loves you for your best qualities, but also sees the parts of you that are difficult to love, your insecurities, your mistakes, your fears, and still chooses to be there. They don't just accept these parts of you, they cherish them, because they understand that your flaws don't define you, but they do shape you. This kind of acceptance and appreciation is what creates an unbreakable bond. It's important to remember that appreciating someone's flaws doesn't mean tolerating toxic behavior or accepting disrespect. There's a difference between embracing someone's imperfections and allowing behaviors that are harmful to the relationship. Appreciating flaws means understanding that everyone has their struggles and making the choice to be patient and compassionate in the face of them. It means giving each other the space to grow, to make mistakes, and to learn from them, without judgment, without holding grudges. When you appreciate someone's flaws, you create an environment where both people feel safe to be their true selves. You create a space where both partners can be vulnerable, where they don't have to hide their weaknesses or wear a mask to be accepted. And in that safe space, love thrives. The relationship grows stronger because it's rooted in trust, respect, and the understanding that both people are enough, flaws and all. Now, let's talk about what happens when both partners start to appreciate each other's flaws. The relationship deepens in ways you didn't think were possible. The superficial attraction may fade, but the connection only grows stronger. You begin to see each other not just for the highlights of your personalities, but for the full spectrum of who you are. You learn to laugh at the little imperfections, to support each other in times of struggle, and to celebrate the growth that comes from overcoming challenges together. There's a kind of beauty in imperfection that's hard to find when you're searching for perfection. When you're willing to accept someone's flaws, you open the door to a more genuine, authentic love. A love that doesn't depend on how perfectly someone behaves, but on how deeply you understand and accept each other. You start to realize that true love is not about finding someone perfect, but about learning to love someone completely, flaws and all. This kind of love is resilient. It can withstand the tests of time, of hardship, and of change. Because when you appreciate someone's flaws, you don't just see them for who they are in the moment. You see them for who they can become, for the potential they hold, and for the person they are becoming with you by their side. So, ask yourself, are you in a relationship based on fleeting attraction, or are you in one that is built on the strength of mutual understanding, respect, and appreciation of each other's imperfections? Attraction may draw two people together, but it's the ability to embrace each other's flaws that keeps them together, that allows love to flourish and survive through all of life's ups and downs. True love doesn't start with perfection, it starts with acceptance. It survives because you choose each other, flaws and all. And in that choice, in that commitment, lies the deepest form of love. In the beginning, every relationship feels magical. It's all about attraction, the chemistry, the excitement, and the thrill of discovering someone new. We see the best in each other, highlighting strengths and basking in those perfect moments. But as time goes on, the reality of human imperfection surfaces. No one is perfect, and no relationship can thrive on attraction alone. True love, the kind that lasts, begins when we shift our focus from perfection to acceptance. It's about seeing someone's flaws, their vulnerabilities, and their weaknesses, and choosing to stay. Appreciation is the foundation of a lasting bond. When you accept the things that make someone human, their quirks, their mistakes, their fears. You create an environment where both of you can truly be yourselves. And in this space of understanding, a deeper connection is born. Imagine this: someone who truly loves you doesn't just admire your strengths, but embraces your imperfections too. They understand that your flaws tell a story, one of growth, resilience, and individuality. This acceptance builds trust, creating a relationship that can weather life's storms. However, this doesn't mean we turn a blind eye to toxic behaviors. There's a difference between flaws that make us human and actions that harm the relationship. Appreciating someone's flaws means giving them the space to grow without judgment, while setting healthy boundaries for mutual respect. A lasting relationship isn't about perfection. It's about two people choosing each other every day, despite the challenges, despite the differences. It's about being patient with each other and offering forgiveness when mistakes are made. So ask yourself, are you looking for someone perfect, or are you ready to love someone for who they truly are? Relationships don't just survive. They grow stronger when both partners feel seen, understood, and appreciated for everything they are, imperfections included. Because in the end, love isn't about finding the perfect person. It's about learning to see imperfection as beautiful and realizing that real love grows not in spite of it, but because of it.